Hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of 5-starring Orcs Must Die. Today we're going into the Midnight Market. On Riftload, of course. It's a somewhat complex map, so let's try to get it first try on camera. There we go. I already completed it with Yelin and Deadeye, so I feel somewhat comfortable. Although those are two really powerful heroes against the Xing Dynasty minions. And of course elementals and pretty much everything else that we throw at one. So, first off, let's go into our deck. We have to build our deck. Let's build the deck, and first off let's choose Midnight, because I'm guilty. She's my most favorite hero and I'm really comfortable playing with her. So, what do we take? That's an incredibly good question. First off, let's go with a cook. I will need this healing because I'm not going with a mending route. Or should I go with a mending route? So, the actual idea for this one is we are going for boom barrel rollers. Everyone who watches my stream pretty much knows my opinion on the boom barrel roller. I don't like it because people tend to just mindlessly spam it all over the place, where it loses effectivity. So, however, it's only a certain way to waste money. I'm still going to go with boom barrel roller. But I won't place like 5 billion like other people do. Then the grinder, it's just beneficial. The grinder is not a great trap, not a great damaging trap, but it will weaken them to a point where we won't struggle with killing everything else off. Spikes for the burst damage are always beneficial. Floor Scorcher as a weakening trap with a debilitation resonator, it should just remove the armor of the enemies. Ceiling Ballista, straight away shooting people. There's nothing else to add to it. And that's about it. So, another idea would be we take the lightning rod instead of the ballista. Reasoning behind the lightning rod is, first off, at a certain point it will attack more enemies at the same time. Secondly, it's slightly more beneficial against elementals than the ballista. First off, it will attack more enemies, so all smaller runners will be hit by the lightning rod nonetheless, assuming there is one below them. Plus, it will shoot immediately. So we don't have to wait, as for the ballista, to target the enemy and then shoot. So as soon as the enemy is out of the range of the ballista, it's pretty much useless. So that's the idea. And in that case, we have the freedom to go with the mending route. Although, since we do have the cook guardian, we don't need the mending route, so let's go with the ring of storms and fire bracelet, just to avoid everything that might backfire. Alright, now we go into the parts. Just last look through. Looks good, looks fine. Also the guardian, just before I forget. The guardian we have taken is not important. So the second guardian can be any guardian you want. I personally prefer... I'm actually not that sure what I prefer. Let's go with the blacksmith guardian. The guardian position is not really necessary, that's why I'm going with the guardian who will die relatively early. So we don't lose too much time, because the guardian engages every enemy in combat. Or every enemy engages in combat with the guardian. There we go. So, now, with the ballista we do have the kinetic control resonator against slow enemy. Alright, we don't go with the ballista, what am I doing? Grinder though. Control Resonator, double spring for the faster reset and straight up making it cheaper. Nothing big up there. Spikes, exactly the same parts, except of making it cheaper we do have the heat trigger. So it will reset thanks to the floor scorcher. With the floor scorcher I am running the combo generator because there is no real other option. Going with the heat trigger, it will not reset if it ignites enemies. It will only reset if a different fire trap, aka a different floor scorcher, will ignite the enemy. But since I never cross the fire range of my floor scorcher, it's not worth it to go with a heat trigger. And there we go, the debilitation resonator, which makes it to a great support trap and slight damaging trap, which is not that bad. Lightning rod, of course, the beating heart of the entire kill box, because the earth elementals are the biggest issue. Reducing cost, increasing cost and reducing refire rate, and heat trigger for the same chance to reset when enemies are on fire. And this is about it. Those are our core traps. We also have the Viscous Tower. With us, as usual, just reducing the cost and increase the bounty generation by enemies affected by the trap by 2%. Hey, look at that. So it's a 4% increase. Nothing too big in this case. Just slightly beneficial. Alright. Let's get right into the game. We have done everything I had in mind. Again, this is our loadout. I completely forgot about the boom barrel rollers. Oh, look at that. Professional video right there. So, the boom barrel roller. Because this is literally the first time I'm taking it. Let's go for cost reduction and a branded call for 20% refire rate. Yeah, we will place way too many boom barrel rollers. So that's why going with a 3% per wave is not really necessary. Alright, now we're ready. And let's go. Let's get right into the game. After almost 7 minutes of my useless babbling. But there we go. Again, if you're interested into my personal parts, the reasoning behind my parts, I could go for a full in-depth video if you want. As far as I know, there are a few people who might enjoy it.
Ready to pounce.
But it's up to you if you want it or not. Alright, anyways.
This will be their
First off, we close up everything. And with everything I mean only those two sides. So we're forcing the enemies to take the right side immediately. In here, we go with the Forge Master, aka the Blacksmith.
I protect.
Just because. Again, he's not really that necessary, just slightly helpful and beneficial during the first waves. Aka first wave, which is this one right here. So, let's pop everything. Just by making it slightly easier, kill off the Guardian so it can move freely. Whoop! Whoop, 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 whoop. That's right to live. And we are alive. For some reason we are still alive. Okay, there we go. Again, slightly tricky. Okay, but now we do have some regen. Those archers are really, really tough. And getting hit by a fire ogre, that's not a cakewalk either. Okay, yeah, okay, a cakewalk is fine. Alright. Oh, look at that. That went way faster than it did before. Oh, okay, there we go. Was slightly confused. Alright, now it's pretty much other time. We go with boom barrel rollers above the entrance, and in here I like to go with the floor scorcher first into lightning rods. And we are ready to go. Another one. We can go with another one. So, of course it's slightly risky to do that. However, I'm always trying to focus on the lightning rod. We need the lightning rod to be on a higher level.
Quick, destroy it.
So, a few of the runners, of elementals I mean, are enchanted movement speed. We also have priest, elemental priest. Let's kill him off. Let's see. Can we get one? No, we cannot. Oh, right, I forgot about the rift. Let's go for some armor. We don't need money in this case. Alright, so far so good. Now in here, rolling with a few grinder, preferably more than the amount I being placed there. Again, all because of those freaking auto runs. A huge pain in the ass. And they do have the potential to be even worse than just bad. Okay, we haven't even gotten a hunter, which is some extra money. Not a lot, but it's beneficial nonetheless. Okay, let's go. No need to wait. In here, doing pretty much exactly the same thing. Only difference, we are going with boomber rollers instead of... oh, we can place another one. Instead of lightning rods. So, the entire boomber roller idea is apparently from a player whose name is Al Sol. But I personally got it from, as a personal advice, from Kafka Fish. It's a streamer on Twitch.tv/KafkaFish, which creates great content. Gotta love this dude. So, not focusing on points, I'm not the player who first off knows it to 100%, and also knows it to a degree where could use the knowledge or work with the knowledge, whatever you might call it. So that's why I absolutely do not care about school. You're taking way too much time, but there we go. No, it's actually pretty good. It's going really well. Can we place more in here? We could place a few up here. Not that necessary. Oh, let's place you. There we go. So money enchantment against elementals. Somewhat okay. Again, there's the first hunter. There's the second hunter. Yeah, let's take care of this. Oh my lord. Wow. Wow. This is ridiculous. Okay, there we go. We've done it. Oh, my heart stopped for this kind of BS. I shouldn't have focused too strong on that side. That was clearly a huge mistake. What do we have? Only a few earth runners. Not a big deal. And we are ready to go for the next wave. Oh, that was way too scary. It was straight up the panic mode of the month for me. And those golems are definitely not... okay, just force me without attacking, I think. They're really not beneficial. On. That's a potion. We're fine without potion. And we have just seen it. A grinder is already really far up in terms of attacking multiple enemies. Okay, he is doing it.
Building a better mouse.
Off-sync boomber rollers is the greatest thing in life. And they're slightly off-sync. Okay, let's go with another Grino. Now this lane shouldn't be as much of an issue. We just need something to slow them. And we have no problems anymore. As we see, everything is perfect right now. And we could place a Boomer roll up of this lane. Let me just finish up those mages. Let's try to figure out how we do that. Will this one work? Oh, it works completely. Let's also go with this one. Okay. Placing them above each other, it's just mildly beneficial. Usually they will explode slightly, a little bit higher above the ground, which will make them completely useless. Again, people tend to love it for some reason. Alright. So we do have a mercenary, which is pretty much the worst mercenary in my book. My personal biography. Oh, okay. Let's see. He was right behind me. What a player. Not too bad. Okay, in here, let's go finally with a little bit more loadout. So let's place this one, just in case. And there we go. This is just great damage. Okay, let's kill off the rift right away. There we go. No problems. And at this point there shouldn't be any issue anymore. We have just one. Of course, always a little bit scared about Earth Elementals. If someone is ever not scared about Earth Elementals, I will envy you. I will admire you as a hero. But until then, be always afraid of Earth Elementals. Alright, so that's good. And it's time of the best boss minion. The bass minion. aka Commander Tower. I just get rid of him. Yes! I mean, the damage over time got him, but was quite impressive. So, as you see, the enemies behind me are dying relatively quickly, so we passed the scary stage already. Well, they're not dying that easily, but dying nonetheless. The last mages, and we're done. There we go. Around 10 minutes, right? 2 million points. Again, not that high, but the point game is not my strength. And unfortunately beyond my skill ceiling. Alright, there we go. Also got a chest. But yeah, anyway, this is a way to deal with this map. Of course, there are a few different ones, but I personally like this way because it's first off more or less really easy to set up. Plus, you can go with any kind of ballista instead of lightning rod, which makes it a relatively okay-ish kill box. But okay, that's it from me. Thank you for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or any feedback whatsoever, just leave a comment in the section down below. And I see you next time, hopefully tomorrow. Have a good one.